FZ7 here, and today I'm going to teach you how to play with your, oh wait, actually I'm going to teach you guys how to remove a front wheel off of my FZ6. I haven't seen any videos on YouTube at all about front wheel removal at all. I've seen an R6, but not the FZ6. So it's actually actually easier than taking off the back wheel, which I've had to do also. But yeah, my front tire my bike's got about a little over 9,000 miles, and it's about time for the tire change. If you can clearly see, yeah, it's kind of right in here, yeah, kind of worn. So we're going to change this baby out. As you can see, I've already actually taken the wheel off, and then it hit me that I was like, oh hey, I should do a YouTube video on this. So I'm actually going to kind of like explain what I did, and the best way I can. And with the help of my furry friend, maybe we will teach you something new. So let's get started. Actually, the only tools you need for this is a 5mm hex key. Let's see, regular Phillips head screwdriver, and a 12mm wrench like that, and you're good to go. Oh, but wait, you're probably saying, well, how in the hell do I get the axle off? Well, that's where it gets kind of complicated with this bike, because let's see if I can show you the axle here. This is your front end axle right here. That's all it is. And it has a hex, what would you call, head. But the problem is that's 19mm right there. That's a big hex key. A lot of people don't own a 19mm hex key as an everyday tool. So you're saying, what the hell do I do then? Well, I came up with this idea, which I actually found off the internet, so I didn't really come up with it, but I figured it out. I took what it is a 5/8 spark plug wrench head, like this, and I took the rubber padding out on the inside, just kind of used a little thing and scraped it out, which I don't really advise, but you know, I didn't have anything else, so I was like, what the heck. It's one I don't use anyway, so then you take a regular 3/8 extension and drive like this, and it actually goes in the big end of this, and it should just like snap into place. It's actually really cool. I found it on the actually the FZ6 forums that I'm on, because people were asking about how to do the, how to remove the axle, and so there it is. And then it just fits into the well, maybe I can try and do this with one hand. I know it'd be a lot easier if I just did it as I went, but oh well. So there, it goes in, and it's snug, and you can easily take out the axle there. So those are the tools. Well, if I don't break anything. Alright, we'll leave it like that. Oh, okay. So the first thing, you got your tools. So what do? Well, first things first. The first thing you really want to do is take off your front fender. That is this thing. Goes on your wheel like this, and you want to take that off. Which I think, well, yeah, you need two. There's two bolts you have to take off with a screwdriver, and then two that you take off with the 5mm hex key, and that's it. 2 bolts, and then you have to like open up this little plastic clamp thing, and you're good to go on that. So you got your front fender off. Now what do? Well, to remove the front tire, all it takes is 2 things. First step you gotta do is you have to remove your brake. FZ6 has dual front disc brakes, which means it has 2 front brake calipers and brake pads. So first thing you want to do is unscrew. Oh, let's see if I can do this without. You have to unscrew. There's 2 bolts that go in here and over here. Actually, your caliper sits like this, and you have to unscrew those. And actually, it takes your reflectors. Each caliper has a reflector, and it takes both of those off. That's what you have to unscrew there. These and this. There's two of them on each caliper. 2 bolts on each caliper. And then you have to make sure before you do this, I used an old pull toy, like one of them foam stick things. I wedged it in between my front brake and my handlebar, so that way I don't accidentally, push my brake in, because if you do that, you're pretty screwed as far as, I put this piece of cardboard in between both calipers. Then your brake pads will go like this, clamp in, and it's a son of a bitch to get them out. No biggie, but I mean, it's just unnecessary work. So I used that, and I used just regular ties to my handlebar and tied the brake pads up so they're free floating. Some people cover them so they don't get dirt, but I didn't do that. So, all right, so with that, all you have left to do after that, honestly, is to remove the front axle. And that's how I just told you earlier with that neat little tool. Let me see if I can put it back together. Okay, so put it back together. You got your little creative tool here. And, whoa. See if I can do this with one hand. This is kind of cool. I've never done this with one hand. Let's see. And there you go. So you basically, it's a lot easier because obviously the axle's in the wheel, so you just have to put it in. So you do that, you put it in, and you just unscrew it. And when you take the tire off, there's going to be two spacers, one on each side. Make sure you take those off and keep them somewhere. And that's it. I am at the stage now where I have to go to my local motorcycle shop and have them take the tire off the rim, because I mean, I could do it with tire irons, but I really just don't, they have to balance it and stuff, and I don't have a balancer or anything, so it's kind of, I'd rather pay the shop $10 or $12 to do it. I had to do it with my rear tire. So but yeah, I did too, something extra. Before I took it to the shop, I marked an arrow telling which way the tire rotates, because it does make a difference. So you might want to do that just so that the shop knows which way to put the tire on. Usually most tires, I think all of them actually, have some kind of arrow pointing on the actual tire surface, an arrow pointing which way the tire is supposed to rotate. But they might not. I mean, I don't know. I never met a tire that doesn't have that, but you never know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Installation's the same thing backwards. Just put everything back on. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you take the axle off, there's a what they call a I can't remember what it is now. It's another screw. Oh, and I don't think I see it. No, it's right on the bike. There's another actual screw that you use, and I believe it's actually not the same size. It's not 5mm. Let me see. No, it is not. Let me run over and check real quick. Okay, I'm back, and I found out it's a 6mm hex key you're gonna need, and it's called I think it's called a pinch bolt. It actually just clamps your. It just helps tighten the axle when it's in between the forks. So you have to unscrew that before you remove the axle, but that's the only thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything I might have left out, which I'm sure I did maybe, but if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to comment or message me, because it's actually really easy once you get the hang of it. So alright guys, I'll catch you guys down the road.